The Wally Show podcast is our daily radio show heard live through the WayFM app each morning and hosted by Wally, Gavin, and me, Betty Rock. For more fun, be sure to connect with us at wayfm.com/Wally.
The Wally Show podcast is brought to you by Colorado Christian University Online, where you can earn a degree online just like Betty Rock. You can learn more at ccu.edu/Wally. Makeup's done? Hair's did?
This is probably one of the most glamorous moments
Okay.
of my life.
Time for News-ish with Betty Rock on The Wally Show.
Growing up, what did the playgrounds look like for y'all?
Mine at my school, I went to a small Christian school, and it was rusty and pretty janky.
I remember those days.
Yeah, they didn't have money, and like you took your life into your own hands when you went out there.
Yeah, I remember that because I went to a really small school as well, and I remember that the what do you call the thing? The merry-go-round.
Merry-go-round,
Is it a merry-go-round?
Your shoelaces could easily get caught underneath, and then you'd get dragged for miles.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And too that the it had a metal slide, and if it sat in the sun, I mean, third-degree
Scalding.
burns.
Yeah.
Third-degree burns.
I broke my collarbone on the
What?
teeter-totter. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
How hard were you going on
Well-
the teeter?
Somebody jumped off.
Well, maybe that generation has learned we need to make playgrounds safer. And so we coddled our kids way too much.
We have.
At least that's what the Netherlands are saying. The Netherlands have claimed that they are going to change the playgrounds in their country.
Yes.
They're going to make them less safe because
Yes.
they claim that when they're too safe, they're boring. You find your kids staying at home, playing on their video games and stuff because I mean, it's more fun doing that than going down a slide.
Yeah.
It's not really that cool. So anyways, they're going to make them less boring. I don't know what that involves, okay? So don't ask me. But they did say that risk-taking play can help kids learn boundaries.
Okay.
Like, oh, I shouldn't jump off this high beam because I will break my collarbone
Exactly.
or my leg.
Okay.
And also, they said rough play can help make kids make social contact and learn to deal with risks.
I would love to see what these playgrounds look like. I'm all for this. Like, because I mean, the ones we have now, it's like the stuff that you run on. When I was a kid, that was like wood chips. And you get splinters and stuff. Now it's like soft rubber,
like
reclaimed
old tires.
Exactly, and it's soft, so you fall, you almost bounce. like mine was a mixture of wood chips and shards of glass, and I turned out okay. Exactly. Uplifting WayFM, this is the Wally Show, and recently Gavin went through something that kind of could be, I think, a little traumatic. Honestly, you scarred there, buddy?
A little bit. I'm okay, though.
Okay, you good?
I'm an adult man I'm good. But we were at a mall recently. We were in a store looking for clothes for our son. And then you're just, average day. And then all of a sudden you see those gates that you would see at the mall start closing. Yeah, that's
it's
weird.
middle of the day.
Yeah, it's 3 o'clock, start closing. And then the staff members of the store say, hey, we need to get into the back. We're going to the back. And then we all get rushed into the back to the storage space where they keep all the clothes,
That's
all the
scary.
inventory. And then that's it. You hear some sirens running. You have no idea what's going on.
Oof.
Later found out that it was just a fight at Chili's
Okay.
that apparently made everyone panic.
Yeah, it got crazy. Okay, so what you do with this story is you don't say it's the fight at Chili's. You just never let it end, okay? You just talk about how you felt on that one and I was scared for my life and things like that.
I rescued the baby.
Yeah, exactly. There was
Had
maybe
to carry my wife on the other shoulder.
one dude needed CPR. He passed out, So like the fight at Chili's a little anticlimactic because up till then, you were one-upping everyone else's stories.
Oh, well, that's fascinating. But one-upping me is another way to go.
So I want to talk about this, that story that you have that is a guaranteed one-upper at any party. Like, that is a good one, though, Gavin. Like, I've never been in a situation like
Sure.
that.
Yeah,
and
like
it's-
Wally can't say that. I can't say
No.
that.
Because you're right. Ending with Chili's is the wrong way because up in that moment, you have no idea. It could have been the worst case scenario.
Yeah, exactly. And so, then you make up how brave you were.
Yep.
You don't have to tell them that you hid behind your wife and child. So...
Didn't even know where the child was.
Yeah.
is what we found out.
Yeah. All right, so what is your story that it's a guaranteed, you're just looking for an opportunity to tell it, and here's the great place for you, but like when you're in a conversation at a party, you're waiting for someone to say something that triggers a word, so you can be like, you know what?
Yeah, it's
you
your
think
go-to.
that's crazy? Check this out.
Yeah.
It's your go-to
Yeah.
one-up party story of something from your life. I'd love to hear that and see if you can one-up Gavin's. 855-33-WAY-FM. 855-33-WAY-FM. That is the phone number that you can call at any point in time to be on the show. The one that I forget sometimes. 855-33-WAY-FM. What's yours?
I came home from a very late meeting to an empty house, went to the bathroom and got in the shower. And as I was showering, I could tell the bathroom door open.
Oh.
So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I'm naked, but I could pull this curtain down over them, knock them down, run to the door, maybe unlock it and get outside, even though I'm naked, without them getting up in time.
I love that you had a plan. You had this all figured out. And all this transpired in just a split second, too.
Oh, yes, split second. So then I saw another little shadow, and I'm like, okay, I got to do something. And then I heard a meow, and my cat almost lost his life that night.
But I couldn't take any chances. I still ended up outside naked. But I did realize it was a cat later.
No.
All right, Kim, you're up. What is your one-up story that you tell at a party?
Whenever people are talking about being accident prone, I'm like, oh yeah, well I fell off a horse and broke my back.
Oh, that is a good one, because instantly people are going to be like, wait, what?
I can laugh about it now, but it was not funny at the time.
Did you ever get back on a horse after that?
I actually have not. So this was 2 years ago, and I'm a little afraid. My plan is
Why?
to get horses eventually.
Haven't you heard the phrase, you got to get back on that horse? Like, you're the person that phrase was made for.
I know. I'm going to put it on a shirt. Thanks, Molly.
What is it?
Well, I saved this one for when I really need it, but I was walking down the street in San Francisco holding 2 bags on my way to my pal's house, and someone came up behind me and I thought hugged my neck, and I just assumed it was one of my best friends, so I turned around to hug him, and as I was turning around to hug him, I dropped my items, so I said, I'm sorry, because he was bending down to pick them up, but it was then that I realized there's a shiny thing, and my wallet is on the ground, which had been strapped around my shoulder and neck, and that's when I realized I picked up my wallet, I looked at him as if I thought he should know, and I said, I'm getting mugged. And I threw my wallet at him, and he ran into a white car. And that's when I realized my hand was bleeding because I had thrown it into the knife that he had at my neck.
Holy cow. Well, I'm sure that probably scarred you a little.
Well, the thing is I'm unbelievably open and faithful, maybe to a fault, and it served me because I never experienced the trauma that too many people feel in these horrible situations because I never knew I was in danger.
So now if a friend of yours comes up behind you to hug you, what happens?
I probably still hug them.
Oh, really? I'm thinking, yeah, your friend gets punched in the throat from here on out, you know?
I don't learn that quickly, no.
If you've listened to Way FM for any length of time, you've probably realized that, they are community supported. Like, people that listen to the radio station are the ones that, in essence, subscribe to it. And that is the essence of Support Tribe. Like, we don't exist without people that choose to be generous and make this part of their giving plan, which we're so thankful for because it lets us be here every day, 24/7, 365 for people. That is what Support Tribe is. It's coming up this week. Inside of Support Drive, we have people that give different donations, and they do these things called challenges where they try to challenge other people to join them and inspire them to give as well. And they usually do large chunks of money, some $20,000, $25,000. Like, wow, it's amazing. And it's usually like one person, one family, or 2 families combined. And that's how challenge money happen. But what we want to do going into Support Drive, because we're not started yet, we start on Friday, we wanted to do the first ever People's Challenge, okay? People just like you listening right now that say, hey, I want to get in on this. I've never been able to do a $25,000 gift myself, but I'd love to put up a big challenge. Here's how you can do it.
Yeah, us coming all together and doing your best single gift. Now you have between now and Thursday at 6 p.m. Central Time. But coming together and we putting together our best single gifts could make a huge challenge available for the first day of Support Drive.
Yeah, it could be like one of the biggest challenges we've ever started with, like which would be amazing. And it gives us a good head start going into Support Drive. It gives us a good first day, and you can be a part of it. So your gift of $100, if that's what you can do, that's amazing. Your gift of $1,000, if you can do that, that's amazing. Maybe you're somebody that still goes, hey, let me jumpstart this thing and make this the biggest challenge we've ever done. I'll do a $10,000 gift. Put that in the kitty, count me in. And by Thursday night, we'll find out how big this first challenge actually can be.
If that sounds like something you would want to get involved with, then text the word GIVE to 91979. That's GIVE to 91979. Or click give at wayfm.com.
I'm excited to see where this thing goes, and I love that it's just people like you that are going to inspire other people to give, to do something really big. This could be one of the biggest challenges we've ever had if enough people get involved right now. So, man, we'd love to count you in towards this, and it's the first time we've ever done this, so if you want to get involved again, give to 91979 or wayfm.com.
Hey, Wally, do you have a minute?
Sorry, busy.
I have cake.
Oh, what do you need?
Yeah, see, that's a perfect example of even though we are busy, we make time for what's important.
Yeah, because going back to school as an adult, you're busy with work, you've got family, but if you want to make your education a priority, trust me, you can do it. Betty did.
Like when I first started, I was super intimidated because it had been a while since I've been in school. But I mean, from the very first conversation, I felt like they were setting me up for success.
Yeah, and going back to school with CCU's flexible online courses makes it so convenient.
Yeah, and what's so cool is every class has a biblical worldview perspective. And so you think, well, how can they turn math into a biblical worldview? They find a way.
Yeah, and that was one of my jobs when I was teaching at CCU, was integrating not just the facts and figures of things, but how your faith plays into what you're going to do.
CCU offers Christ-centered higher education, transforming students to impact the world with grace and truth.
Cultivate your mind without compromising your heart. Get started today at online.ccu.edu. Colorado Christian University is a non-profit impact partner.
So, should we do hard news or news-ish?
We're all in this together. I think the best thing to do is take a breath, relax, and vote on it.
News-ish it is on The Wally Show.
You know, when you send your kids off to school, you want them to be there and focused and learning, but a lot of kids are spending time on their phones in school. But your kid does kind of, the older they get, it's nice that they have a phone so they can call you when they're sad or when someone's been mean to them. No, they can call you when they need to get a hold of you or forgot something.
Oh, for sure. But don't you think, like, back in the day when you were a kid and you didn't have a cell phone, you still made it?
Oh, I lived, yeah. And if I needed something, if I forgot something, I have to go to the front desk and be like, hey, can you call my mom? And they would call my mom, and then she'd be like, who's this? You know.
Your least favorite child.
Yeah. So... Thank you for that, by the way.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And so they did a study on like what kids are doing with their phones, and it said that they are spending 92 minutes on average on their phones while they're in school.
I can't even imagine that.
Well, when you think about it, like, it's like a work day for them. So we put in 8 hours.
It's a work day.
You know, and like, how much time are you on your phone at work, Gavin? Like, you know.
It's a good question.
So like yesterday, how much time were you on your phone?
We're looking between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m., right?
Yeah.
It looks like it was around 2 hours and 20 minutes.
That's it?
Dang, good for you.
I know.
How about you, Betty Lou?
Mine was 4 hours and 15 minutes.
Wow, you guys, it's amazing. I do a lot of work on my phone.
No, you don't.
Sure.
6 hours and 15 minutes.
Wait a minute. What was it that you spent the most time on?
The most time was on TikTok.
Of course.
I clocked in at an hour 38 on that.
You know, I can't say much because I wasn't far behind you. Mine was TikTok at an hour and 13.
Oh, okay. Gavin?
I mean, yeah, it was 44 minutes. But again, I will say this. If I didn't have a kid, like whenever I pick Bennett up, it's instantaneously. I don't have time to do stuff like that anymore. If I was still
blaming the kid. Blaming the kid.
Yeah, it's his fault.
Well, I definitely, I pull content for the show on TikTok all the time. And so it's kind of a work thing. Which so I don't feel too bad about it.
The ratio of TikToks pulled to TikToks watched, though.
Right.
Yeah. It's still lopsided. Yeah. But yeah, I think that it's a hard thing with your kids because they can. Sometimes you need to hear from them, and so it's a good thing that they have their phone. But then you have to tell them you can't be on your phone all the time.
Yeah, but they're not at an age where they can be responsible with that.
Exactly.
Like, if you're going to give them a phone,
right.
they're going to be on YouTube. They're going to be listening to their music.
I think I would have to have the rule, look, just don't be on it in class ever. If I ever hear you're on it in class, you get your phone taken away.
If you were a child and your dad had told you that, what would you have done?
I would be on it in class. Yeah, because I'm just wired that way.
Oh, it's not your fault.
It's
You're
the
just
ADHD.
It's how God
do
made
your
him.
research. It's true. Like if you're told to do something, you do the opposite. It's crazy. But no, but like if you're at what do you call it, lunch or your free time in there, I could see that.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I would do that. I couldn't throw stones in this glass house. You kidding me? Like I'd still be doing that. If I was a teacher, the second the kids left the class, I'd be out there with my phone. Uplifting Way FM, this is The Wally Show. And The Wally Show has often been called a learning experience because we are inquisitive. No one ever said that. But we're inquisitive by nature. We like to figure things out. And we don't really go by facts and things like that. We just have judgments, have opinions. And that's why we do My Theory Is. Now, Betty Rock, you've come across something that we want people to hypothesize about.
Yeah, because I think it's interesting. I found this article that stated that when it comes to breakups, relationship breakups, men take it harder than women.
Really? I find that really hard to believe.
Women seem to move on quicker.
Now, high school broke me.
Yeah.
Now, I know why.
Okay.
But I would like to hear why you think it is that men take it so devastatingly when a woman breaks up with them.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's an ego shot. Like, all I can figure is it's a blow to your ego that you're not as great as you thought you were.
You remember that story you told us that one time where you were like in your 1964 Rabbit or something, and you had your hair blowing in the wind, and you were listening to some song because some girl broke up with you, and you're driving home late at night and tears were like flying.
Yeah, I've tried to block that out of my memory, but yeah, I do remember that. Which time, actually? I have multiple stories like that.
Oh, I love those stories.
Yeah, I do too. They're so great. Rocket fuel for your soul. Okay, so what is your theory then? Before Betty Rock enlightens us, let's see if you can figure out. My theory is on why breakups are harder on men than they are on women. 855-33-WAY-FM. I'd be interested to know what you think on this one. 855-33-WAY-FM. We'll take yours now. Now, Betty has the answer, but we want to know what you think, and especially as a guy, I'd love to know why a guy thinks it's harder.
At least from my opinion, I feel like men are devoted. Like, they want to be the head of a house, and they want to be everything for their family, right?
Okay, so you're saying that men are more devoted to the relationship than women. Women are like, it can come, it can go. I'm fine either way.
And so then it's more devastating because you had all these dreams and plans of what it was going to be as a guy. Because, I mean, most guys dream of getting married from the time they're little. And so so maybe it's a little bit of a shot to the ego, too, that you couldn't hold it all together. So that's a good one, Pedro. I appreciate it. That's not it, though, is it, Rock?
Nope, that's not it.
All right, Lewis, you're up, and I want you to channel your most emotional side here as we're discussing an article Betty Rock found of why breakups are harder on men than they are on women. My theory is, what's yours?
Women move on easier because they have more options. I'd say like it's easier for them to find someone else to latch onto after a breakup. And I feel like at least on an emotional side, since it's harder for men to get someone else, when they do have that one person, they give more, I would say.
So you're saying, Lewis, that single women have more options of people to date. Yeah. Whereas guys, it's slim pickings?
Much harder for guys to date than it is to ask women out.
Are you saying there's not as many good, eligible single women out there?
No, it's just guys don't always make the first move. You guys are confusing with signals. Like, if a girl wants a date, it's very simple. Like, she can get a date. Most girls. Sorry, looking at you. No. So what is your theory?
Because women will give men chance after chance and men don't think women will actually go through with it.
Mm.
And then when they actually do, it's like, oh my goodness. And women have already started emotionally breaking up with their partner or spouse, whatever it is, before they pull the trigger. So they're already emotionally divorced before they're divorced.
You know what? That's actually not a bad theory. I've actually heard of that before where they disconnect emotionally. Theoretically, like by the time the divorce happens, the guy is surprised. He's like, wait, I thought we were okay. I thought we were getting better. She's like,
Yeah, like to him, the breakup came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But for the woman, it's like, no, you should have seen this coming from a mile away.
That's a good theory. Is that it, Rock?
In some ways, you are right, Christy. So women find emotional support through their friends and their family. Men aren't as good at finding emotional support in the people around them. They're more closed off. The only person that they get the emotional support from is the woman in their life. And so when that woman leaves, they can't handle it.
We're
it's
just all
harder on
alone.
them. Right, exactly. Whereas women, during a breakup, they can go to their friends, they can go to their family, and they already know the whole story.
Yeah, and their friends are there to trash talk the guy.
Exactly.
And so, yeah, everything's fine. You have someone to commiserate with, whereas guys, we just have to shoulder that burden and that loss of the best thing that ever happened to us on our own.
That's not our problem, because you should have made friends to begin with. We can't be your only friend.
You were my only friend. I had no other friends.
No,
See how that works?
That's unhealthy.
Because I spent every minute in this relationship and I devoted my whole heart to it, whereas you had other people in your life. So who's no more committed now? Uplifting Way FM, this is the Wally Show, and we want to try something that we haven't done before as we move into Support Drive on Friday. It's called our People's Choice Challenge. Now, you might hear people do challenges during the event where they put up large sums of money to inspire other people to give to what they believe in, and at the end of an hour say, all this money has been raised. Well, did you know that the people that put that up, it's usually like one person that says, hey, I love this place. I'll do a $20,000 gift. But we wanted to do this differently. Going into Support Drive, we wanted to create the first challenge of the event on Friday ahead of time with people just like you that are listening right now and maybe don't have the means of $25,000 or whatever for a giant match or a challenge, but you want to be part of one. This is what's so cool is you doing a little bit, your single gift, your best, single gift one time combined with somebody else's and somebody else's and somebody else's, all added together is what our first challenge is going to be. And it could be huge.
Yeah, it could be huge, but it takes you texting the word GIVE, GIVE, to 91979. When you do that, you'll be sent a link. Just click on that and you can give your best single gift. Now, you've got now until Thursday at 6 p.m. Central Time, and that's when we're closing this down. So whatever we can get to make that first challenge is what it's going to be by then.
Yeah, so Becca will tell us what came in, and then that's what we'll start off Friday morning with. And again, I think what's really cool about this is there's a tendency sometimes for people to say, well, this is all I can do. There's not a, I wish it could be more, but like that's not the case. We are so humbled by the fact that you support this ministry and keep it going for whatever your reason is that you choose to do that. Like, we're just thankful. And so we wanted to take this, you watch these GoFundMes all the time of people that like want to do something for a barista who got stiffed out of a tip, and all of a sudden it's $60,000. You're like, wait, what?
Right.
This is something that gives so much to people on a daily basis, and maybe you included, that maybe you want to help this grow ahead of time. And so you can be part of our first ever People's Challenge right now. I was about to give the phone number.
Text the word
Only
give.
texting. Ooh, I was almost in
Text
there.
GIVE to 91979, or you can also go to wayfm.com. That's our website, and you can click on give right there. That'll do the same thing.
So whether it's $100 or whether it's $10,000, we're going to count every single gift in together for the hopefully biggest ever People's Challenge kicking off Support Drive on Friday.
Hey, just remember, they are trying their best.
You know what? I am not going to give up that easy.
It's news-ish
I'm going to make this way harder than it needs to be.
on The Wally Show.
What's up, Gavin?
I think that within a friendship, one of the most important things in creating that friendship is honesty. Would you guys agree with that?
I agree with that,
Yes. Yeah, I mean, what is friendship if you don't have honesty?
Exactly. And I found this list of things that you would tell a friend and how likely the general populace is to tell that friend. And so I'm going to present the statement to you. And I want you to guess like the percentage of people who are willing to tell their friends.
Do I want to keep this friend?
Yeah. So how many people are willing to tell a friend they need to lose weight?
Not if it's a girl that's your friend.
Yeah, I would say under 50%. I'd say 25%.
I'd say lower. I'd say 13%.
Okay. Yeah, it's 29%.
Oh,
people
good job,
like
Rob.
almost a third of people would say, I personally would not.
Yeah, I make jokes about it. Is how I would handle it.
You do tell a lot of jokes my way. Wait a second.
I'm a good friend, Gavin.
Oh, man. Okay, what about the statement of they talk too much? Like if I...
I tell that to Wally all the time, and it makes no difference.
Yeah, and it hurts every time.
They talk too much.
I did have a friend of mine tell me this years ago.
Really?
Yeah. Like, well, he was more like, because I made fun of everybody and everything, and he was like, dude, you're just always on. Everyone's a target all the time. And that stuck with me. Yeah. It landed
Did
with
it?
me. Yeah, it did. I'm better than I was.
You still talk a lot. So for that one, it's 50%. Like half of us would be willing to do that.
Yeah, that
Okay.
one's easier than the weight thing.
I think so. And then this one, telling someone they have BO.
Oh, that one's
gosh.
tough. Like, did you ever tell Chad that when he was here?
Oh, my goodness.
Pastor Chad?
Yeah, did you ever tell him that when he was here?
No,
Because you
why?
used to comment on it.
No, I did not.
You did, yeah.
Chad, if you're listening, I did not.
See, she's not a very good friend,
No.
Chad.
This is no time to panic. This is the perfect time to panic.
Uplifting Way FM, this is the Wally Show. We're going to play a little game here. We have a chance to win a prize. It is the 5-second game. Betty Rock and I both seem to panic under pressure, and you hear that clock ticking down, and you're like, I don't know. And things that you should know, just leave your brain.
What's your name?
I don't know. Yeah, and I get it. Like, I used to make fun of her, but I can't anymore because it happens to me. So what we do is we have Gavin ask us a question. We have 5 seconds to get 3 answers right in that question. And then if one of us can't do it, we get a point. And why this matters to you is you are going to take the winner of Betty Rock and myself on in your round. Okay, so here we go with this. Betty Rock, you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
I don't. I think I went first last time. So
And you
go-
lost.
And you go first.
Okay, that's fine with me.
Okay.
All right, let's go, Gavin.
Wally, name 3 cuts of steak.
Oh, sirloin.
Okay.
T-bone and porterhouse.
Oh, man. And you missed the ribeye
Yeah,
filet.
the ribeye's my favorite.
You made it a little tougher.
I'm glad I didn't get that one because I would have been like rare,
Yeah.
medium rare.
But see, that's it. Your brain just completely locks up on something.
Sure.
Gavin and I were just talking about steaks yesterday and how we cook them, and then I'd locked up.
Yeah,
Ooh,
and
that was close.
that's the thing is usually in the first one I try to do like the easier round, so I thought that was this is
Okay.
your easy one.
All right, here we
Betty,
go.
That I think should be
Okay.
super easy. 3 items on the Chick-fil-A menu.
Oh, fries, milkshake, and chicken sandwich.
Okay, wow. See, yeah.
Well, I had to picture it in my mind.
Why was my heart racing there for you? Okay, so back to Wally.
Okay.
I need you to name 3 women in the Bible.
Sarah, Ruth, and Esther, because I'm really big into like the women of the Bible and the heroes. I did not even flinch on
Go
that.
with Mary, Elizabeth.
Yeah, but I
the
didn't.
other
I didn't
Mary.
need to because they're like those are the big 3 right there.
Okay.
Amen.
Stop.
Love that.
Okay,
Okay. Betty, name 3 female Christian artists.
Lauren Daigle,
Nice.
Cece Winans.
Okay.
And what's
You were just singing her song earlier, your favorite, Ann Wilson, Strong.
Tasha Layton.
Yeah.
Katie Nicole.
Well, you got Cece. That's a good one. You picked some good ones. Well, you picked 2 good ones.
Whatever.
You needed 3.
I don't want to hear about it.
Okay, well, that was for the tie, and so Betty Rock was not able to tie. That means Wally is the winner today yet again. And so that means you're going to be taking me on. Name Betty's reaction to every time she loses. You stink. There we go. I won again. Okay, so if you want to play the game, 855-33-WAY-FM is the number. That's 855-33-WAY-FM. You will take me on now in our version of the 5-second game with you.
This is no time to panic. This is the perfect time to panic.
Ding, Way FM. This is the Wally Show. Jericho, welcome to the 5-second game. Okay, now you're going to be taking on me because I beat Betty Rock. And the game works a little bit differently. Gavin's going to give us a topic, and we are going to take turns giving answers. We will ping pong back and forth until one of us cannot answer or we repeat the other person's answer that has already been said. So are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Jericho's going to go first. So, Gavin, give us your your category today.
Okay, I'm really glad that you won this because you do struggle with geography. And this could take a second if you guys do well. It's just the United States of America, the different states in America.
Oh, okay. Jerica, go.
Alabama,
Florida,
Alaska,
Georgia,
Arizona,
South Carolina,
Arkansas,
North Carolina. Oh,
South Dakota,
oh, close. West Virginia,
North Dakota,
Virginia.
Wyoming,
I'm just going up the East Coast. Rhode Island.
smart.
Yeah.
Wisconsin,
Massachusetts,
Washington.
Rhode Island. Oh, I said that already. I went up and then I came back down in the thing. Dadgummit!
Woo, Jerica!
Yay!
Jerica, you are the winner today in the 5-second game. Congratulations.
Thank you. Well, have a good day.
Uplifting Way FM. This is the Wally Show. It's Time Capsule Tuesday, where we go back in time musically here, and you get to tell us who has the best taste in music. One time we should do who has the worst taste in music, or someone just outs that song. But the best taste in music. Betty Rock, Gavin, and myself have all picked songs that we like from this year, and you tell us which song connects with you still and why. Let's start with you, Lady Rock.
All right, we're going to go to the year 2012, and I went with the best, Toby Mac, Me Without You.
I'd be back in my bag when I need to stay. I'll be chasing every breeze that blows my way. I'll be building my kingdom just to watch it fade away.
This one had a little dance with it too that you could do with hands.
Really?
Yeah. Even on stage they did it with the waves, and Gabe would do his little wave thing. It's pretty great.
So good. It's catchy.
Yeah, it's not a bad offering for 2012.
It's a great
I went
offering.
with a band that I know you personally like, Lady Rock, and it is the Afters and their version, well, their hit song, Light Up the Sky.
It's a good one.
This is one of the first songs I ruined when I got to Way FM, because I used to ruin songs for people. I would do like parodies, or I would sing to them, and I used to do, you light up the sky, you light it on up, just light it. You remember?
Unfortunately,
Thank you, yeah. You light it on
Very
up. So
Broadway.
if you were to pick this song, you could pick their version, or you could pick my version. It's totally up to you. And then Gavin, we have not forgotten about you. Where are you going?
Well, thank you. I went with my girl, Britt Nicole, and her song All This Time.
That is really bold of you to go with the least popular Britt Nicole song.
What are you talking about?
I love Britt Nicole. She had a lot of big hits. I don't think this one did really well for her.
I heard it on the radio growing up.
Yeah. No, I love me some Britt Nicole. When we did Total Access when I first got here, she had the record of the artist that was on the show more than anybody else. Because she was always just fun.
Yeah,
Like,
she was a great
cool.
sport.
Yeah, absolutely. So, all right, you got 3 great songs to choose from. You got Me Without You, Toby Mac, that's Betty Rocks. You light up the sky, that's the Afters and my version. And you've got Britt Nicole, Gavin's pick here, All This Time. So, which one do you want to hear on the show, and why? Going back in time to 2000, and you said 12, right? Is when
Yep,
we were?
2012.
All right. 855-33-WAY-FM. That's how you can call.
No, say it like you would, how you would sing it.
855-33-WAY-FM. If you'd like to
Love it.
be on the show with us here. Mackenzie, you have a tough job here today. You have to tell us which of the 3 songs that you've heard. Me Without You by Toby Mac, Betty Rock's pick. Light Up the Sky, you light it on up. That's the Afters, and that was my pick. Or Britt Nicole, All This Time, Gavin's pick. So which of these 3 songs on Time Capsule Tuesday would you like to hear more of, and why?
So they're all totally great songs, but Toby Mac is just always a winner, so I got to pick Toby Mac.
Yeah.
Now, did you pick him because your name is Mac Kinsey?
That's a big reason for sure, but I've just always been a Toby Mac fan.
Well, and also, too, it's very snappy. Like, there's a lot of times, and there's nothing bad about this, but when it comes to Christian music, it can be serious. It can be
Somber,
slower.
yeah.
But Toby Mac is great about still getting the message across with a bebop sound.
Well, there you go. You have declared it, so we are going to play it. It's Me Without You, the winner today, Toby Mac on Time Capsule Tuesday. Thank you, Mackenzie. Or should I say Toby Mac Kinsey? That groan was appropriate.
Raindrops rolling off my brim. Street lights got the pavement glistening. Touchdown, I fall into your arms, right where I belong. Your everlasting arms. And where would I be without you?
Growing up in poverty has never been easy for children, but with the added challenges of the pandemic, conflict, and natural disasters, families around the world are facing an unprecedented food crisis. Unfortunately, those who are already hungry are now even more desperate. But by sponsoring a child through compassion, you can help provide life-sustaining essentials such as food and clean water. And with your compassionate support, that child can not only survive, but also flourish. You can find out how and choose a child to sponsor when you click on the compassion banner at wayfm.com.
Uplifting Way FM. If it's trending, streaming, or starring, Betty Rock's got it on The Rock Report.
The Super Bowl is set to air soon. We're excited. Some for the game, some for the food. I
Betty
would
for the
be
food.
the latter.
Yeah.
But the Chiefs will be trying to defend their title with the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, I'm going to be cheering for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Why?
Because, honestly, I'm tired of the Chiefs. I'm tired of all the
You're tired of
Kelsey
Taylor
talk.
Swift.
I'm tired of all the Taylor Swift talk. Like, I'm just over it. I'm done. So I'm for the Eagles.
But is that a reason to not like them? I mean, like, Patrick Mahomes is a great quarterback,
I
a
wouldn't
great
know.
player.
I really, like, you're kicking a ball back and forth on some grass. Like,
Okay.
I really don't
So
care.
you're more of a Jalen fan. Okay.
A what?
Jalen,
Like
the
Hurts?
quarterback, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, was he
She
part of
would
the-
not have like.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised you even knew that.
That's all I know right now about the Super Bowl. You just got it all out of me.
That's it. Well, this is surprising. I mean, for me, maybe not for Gavin, who knows all about the sports, but last year's prices for Super Bowl tickets were record-breaking.
Yeah.
And this year, StubHub claims that the cheapest tickets are 37% down in price.
Did it say how much they are, though? They're still like
they're still in the
$4,000
thousands.
or something like
for
that.
sure. But they're marked lower than they've ever been.
I wonder why. Like, is it because...
People are sick of the Chiefs.
Maybe. But it's still the Super Bowl. People go to the Super Bowl when their team is not in it just because it's the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I am kind of curious. I believe the game is in New Orleans.
It is.
Yeah.
And so I wonder if, like, what happened, was it a month ago?
Right.
Oh,
New Year's?
yeah.
I wonder
Can't
if that.
imagine that, but it's possible.
Yeah,
But-
business is business despite even
Yeah.
tragedy.
They did state, too, that statistics show tickets have been sold more to Eagles fans than Chiefs fans.
Sure, because the Eagles aren't there as much. Like, the Chiefs have been there.
so maybe you're thinking, like, the Chiefs fans saw their team play the Super Bowl last year,
Right.
so this year it's not
They're
as
gonna
big of a
win.
deal.
They know they're gonna win.
What?
So, yeah,
No.
Yeah, well, to a Chiefs fan, they're gonna
Oh,
win.
well,
So
yeah.
Yeah, I honestly I don't know why they would be lower. I've been to a Super Bowl before, but I didn't go to the game.
Oh.
I didn't have
Oh.
tickets. I
Well, then you didn't go to a Super Bowl.
I was there at the Super Bowl and I was interviewing people and I had no idea who I was interviewing. I knew no one.
Really?
Oh, it was so bad. Why the station sent me, I have no
so
idea.
you kicked the ball through that little stick fork thing.
I interviewed
and,
a really tall built guy that
I'd
turned
love
out
to
to
see
be the valet. I thought there's no way this guy is not a football player. He's huge. Turned out he was the valet.
Wow.
So, yeah.
And that was the last time.
Last time I ever got sent. Never got sent again after that. Uplifting Way FM. This is the Wally Show, and if you're one of my close friends and you get a call from me and I haven't talked to you in a while, odds are I'm on a car trip. I just realized this about myself. Like, there's something like I don't know if I just get nostalgic or if I get where I have time or I'm bored when I'm on a road trip, I start calling people I haven't talked to in a while because I know I should be more intentional in my relationships, but then I'm not. The daily day in, day out takes me out of stuff, and I think, I should do that, and then I don't do it. And so I use that car trip time to call and talk to people.
So you're forced, in essence, you're forced to have to talk to someone, or you might fall asleep behind the wheel.
Might go crazy. Yeah, exactly. Because it's company. So I did this. I drove 4 hours to meet my wife in Atlanta. She was already there, so I was meeting her there. And so I'm just calling everybody I know. Like, hey, man, haven't talked to you in a while. You good?
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You can't be the only one.
No.
That does stuff to try and kill time
on a car
the
trip.
road.
Yeah, I'm curious if people do different things. Like maybe someone else is driving and you're like, this is where I knit. I never knit during the year, but when we're in a car trip, I knit every time, not me personally.
And some of us, me included, have to be careful with what we do while driving because we can get motion sickness.
Yeah.
So I remember when I was little, I used to read all the time in the back seat.
Yeah.
Now I can't even fathom that. Just one look at a text on my phone and I'm like,
it really does?
Yeah, it messes with
I
me.
I don't understand car sick because I never have had that, and I don't know what makes it worse or what makes it better.
Yeah, they make glasses now where you can there's blue water that's supposed to help. I don't know. I don't get it.
You should do what my wife does because it will get her sometimes too. And so what she'll do is she'll get in the car, swear she's going to stay awake so that I don't have to drive by myself. And then what she'll do is she'll rock her neck straight back like a Pez dispenser and then snore 5 minutes in. Nice. And it seems to keep her occupied. It keeps her from, getting car sick. You should try that sometime.
I should.
Yeah.
You're right.
All right. So what is it that you do that's maybe different than your normal life or something odd that is productive in a car trip there? Okay. 855-33-WAY-FM. That's 855-33-WAY-FM. Not just to listen to podcasts or, things like that, but that thing that's different, for you. 855-33-WAY-FM. I'd love to know what you do. So what do you do?
I crochet hats. I have a simple little pattern that I use. And then when I get a stack of them, I donate them to a homeless shelter or something.
Oh,
that's kind of nice. Like every time you arrive at someone's house, you're like, here's Diane. I guess we're getting a hat again.
Yeah, that could be it. Yep.
You're not driving, are you?
No.
Okay. Yeah, because that'd be pretty amazing. People eat while they drive.
Not amazing. That would be dangerous.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying, look, texting we know is wrong, and we do not text. But eating a taco is just as hard as texting, honestly, when you're driving. And so, knitting might actually be easier.
And it's crocheting because it's only one hook.
Oh,
knitting you need two.
Yeah, you still got another hand to dip a McNugget, man. You're golden.
Yep.
Uplifting Way FM, this is The Wally Show, and we are moving into Support Drive on Friday. But before that, we would love to have you be part of something that we haven't done before. You hear challenges during Support Drive probably, where people put up these large sums of money to inspire other people to give to what they believe in. And, it could be $20,000, it could be $40,000. It's crazy. But that's usually one family or one or two people combining together. But we thought would be really cool is to kick off Support Drive with a People's Challenge. Just people like you that are listening right now even to say, okay, I want to get involved with this. I don't have $20,000. I can't do that kind of a challenge. But if we all pool our money together, how big could that challenge be to kick off Support Drive with on Friday? It could be amazing, man. It could be something like we've never seen before. And it takes you just giving a little bit of your time and your money, whatever that looks like for you, your best single gift. Doesn't matter, what it is, will count towards this challenge, and we'll see where we end, on Thursday night moving into Friday.
When you text the word GIVE to 91979, we will send you a link. There you can click on that, and it'll take you straight to where you can give your best single gift. But make sure to get that in before, like Wally said, before Thursday at 6 p.m. Central, because once that happens, we got to close it down and go with what we got.
And the why is important, too. Why should you do this? Well, if you listen to Way FM all the time, and you love it, and you're like, man, I get something out of this. The best part about supporting the ministry of WayFM is you still get to keep it there for you, but you also get to share it with other people that really need what happens here every day, And so that's what we're asking you to be a part of.
It's an easy way to encourage others. Maybe you've seen how WayFM has helped you through a difficult time, and you're like, man, I want to make sure that it's there for other people. This is an easy way to do that. You doing your best single gift right now when you text the word GIVE to 91979 can go towards this People's Challenge, and it will encourage and challenge others to get involved as well.
So we're running out of time on this. We want to see how big this thing can get, because this would be really anticlimactic on Friday if we're like, okay, Betty Lou, what is the People's Challenge up to? We're kicking it off on Friday, and you're like, it's $8.43. 3 days we did this, you say, And so if you want to get involved and help it grow and help it be amazing, kind of like those GoFundMes blow up, it would be really cool, and you can do it right now. Just text the word GIVE to 91979. Your gift of $20, $200, $2,000, whatever it looks like, your gift will count towards this right now. So give to 91979, or you can always text, or you can always give safely and quickly online at wayfm.com.
I came here in a time machine that you invented. Great Scott! Now I need your help to get back in time.
Every Friday, we ask one of you to take us back in time with a song, some song that you haven't heard in a while and you want to hear it, and you tell us the reason why, because the music might be a little dated sometimes, honestly, because that happens, but that's the difference between Christian music and regular music, is that the message in it is timeless. God's truth is, for yesterday, today, and forever.
And I've heard Wally say this all the time. God can use anything to get his message across. He can even use Wally.
Yeah.
I mean, it's shocking, but it's true. He used a donkey. He can use Wally.
That's right. And he could use an old song that you haven't heard in a while.
Exactly.
Can you name that, Rock?
Austin French.
Nice. Born Again. I think that's maybe his first song that we were playing.
Yeah, and it's been a while since it came out.
What was the ham one?
Freedom Hymn.
Freedom Ham. This is my Freedom Ham.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I made a parody song to that too.
You did.
Yeah, I ruin a lot of songs here. So if you want to hear the real ones and the ones that you miss hearing, you can just tell us about it, and it's very easy.
Yeah, text the word FLASH to 91979. We'll send you a link. There you can fill out the reasons as to why you want to hear the song that you do. Of course, we would love to hear those deep, meaningful stories. Like maybe that song takes you back to a time in your life where you saw God's presence in your life. We want to hear all about it. Text the word FLASH to 91979, and who knows, Wally might be giving you a call. Well, that's the end, but it doesn't have to be. Check out our Aftercast. It's new stuff you didn't hear in the podcast. Be sure to rate us on iTunes as well as connect with us on social media. Just search Wally Show. And if you'd like to join our Facebook group made exclusively for you potties, the link is in the description of this podcast. Thanks to Colorado Christian University Online for supporting what we do.